In this video, I'm going to be explaining what video SEO is for beginners. So if you're someone who is, kind of waking up to the idea of video SEO and how powerful it can be to not just rank your digital assets, but literally outrank already established assets online that your competitors are doing, then this video is going to give you the absolute basics of YouTube video SEO. And if you like what you hear in this video, in the next video, I'm also going to be talking about where your efforts should be focused when you're doing video SEO and what YouTube actually want to see. Go ahead and leave a comment below, explaining what you think video and YouTube video SEO actually is and see if you get it right. So let's go ahead and jump into the video in just a second. I have created a little short presentation of YouTube video SEO. I think it's really the best and most refreshing way I can kind of just break it down for beginners. Okay, so YouTube video SEO, what is it and how does it work? So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so video SEO can be broken down into two main components, which is on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Now, on-page SEO again is broken down into, in my opinion, 5 core areas, which is your titles, your descriptions, your tags, and the engagement you get, like likes and comments, as well as the view time, also known as retention rate. Okay, so in a nutshell, on-page video SEO for YouTube is basically anything that happens on YouTube with your video. Now, there is a few other things when it comes to on-page stuff, but in my opinion, those 5 things I just listed are really the most important things, and I personally don't really focus on anything else. And when I focus on these core things, it actually helps me make a full-time living. I'm only really going to be explaining the things that I have that actually work for me and what I apply to my videos, and those core things when it comes to the on-page aspect of YouTube video SEO are the only real things that matter in my eyes. Okay, so moving on. So the second main thing is off-page video SEO, and you've not already guessed, it's basically everything that happens to your videos off YouTube. So this includes anything like sharing your videos or embedding them on external blogs and websites, or even sharing them on social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and any other social media platform that you can think of. So in other words, it's everything that happens off YouTube with your video. Now, I wish it could be more complicated than that, but it's actually really not. And I have tons of videos on my YouTube, on this YouTube channel, where I talk about keyword research and, tips and tricks on how to properly optimize things. But ultimately, that's really what it's about. And if you do move on to the next video, which is you'll be able to find in the pinned comments or in the description below, then I'm going to go into more detail about what I believe YouTube finds more important. Does YouTube find on-page SEO more important, or do they find off-page SEO more important? And I'm going to explain my logic behind why I think which one's more important, and I'm also going to share what I believe is more important. And in that video as well, I'm going to be giving away a little bonus, which is my local business overnight ranking course, which is a 14-part video course, less than an hour long, super focused. It focuses on the first half of the course focuses on the theory of why this particular method would work, and the second half of the course focuses on step-by-step practical watch me do it instructions and stuff like that. Okay, but yeah, in a nutshell, 2 main areas: on-page SEO and off-page SEO. On-page is focusing on anything that happens in the title, the description, the tags, okay, the links that you place in, okay, and all of that good stuff, the thumbnail as well. And then the off-page side of things also focus on anything that happens externally, like sharing the post and stuff like that. Okay, so that does bring us to the end of the video. I know it was super brief, but actually if I really started going into detail detail with everything. It will be too much information in one go, and I might start overloading people's brains, because when I first started off learning this stuff, I was so focused on trying to learn everything, when in fact I just wish I had someone do what I just did, where I explained something, where I explained just literally that's it. Like, don't worry about anything else. If you want tips and tricks to start optimizing stuff, have a watch of my other videos and you're going to see the whole process, but don't think too much into this, okay? Anyway, like, we are now actually at the end of this video, and if you've enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I release daily videos all about video SEO with tips, tricks and tutorials on how you can grow your digital assets online. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.